Happy New Year! Oh, I hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year's Eve. I would say I had it partly I had a really nice Christmas time with my host family here in Norway. My host had made like an amazing dinner. And like there were so many gifts. I was really tired after 3 hours of unwrapping gifts. Yeah, I think we tried to watch Love Actually, and all the family members one by one went to bed because we were so tired. And I think even the last one didn't watch it completely. So yeah, but it was really nice. I had planned to celebrate New Year's Eve with a friend, and that didn't happen because I got a cold like more than a week ago, and I had everything like coughing, fever, running nose. My throat was so sore, and actually, I went to bed at 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve because I was really not feeling well. And then I woke up at midnight when all the fireworks started, and I was like, Happy New Year, Julie! And then I turned around and fell asleep again, which I think is impressive because usually kind of like these noises makes it really hard for me to sleep. So that was how I celebrated New Year's, but it isn't like it's fine. It happens. It's okay. So I really hope that your New Year's Eve was a bit better than mine. And before we're getting started talking about all the goals, I have to show you something. This is actually a tea from Thailand. I have no idea what kind of taste it has. My sister gave it to me as a gift, and she said like it makes really nice colors, and this is definitely a really fun red, but also kind of like purplish color. I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera, but I'm gonna try it now. It's very I find it hard to describe what it tastes like. Definitely a bit fruity, but there must be also some herbs in it. It's a very interesting combination. I think I will wait a bit until it's a bit cooler because it's still quite hot, but it's really good. If you have been here for a while, you know how much I love goals and how much I have worked and tweaked in 2024. And here we go with my 2025 goals. I have actually 9 in total. I'm gonna use the Power Sheets planner this year and just gonna try out that. First goal I have is a health goal. As you know, I have been on a weight loss journey and I want to continue on that. Last year I didn't want to set a weight loss goal because I think I was really unsure how this year is going to unfold and what I will be able to do. And I had started like with mini habits, but I think I didn't have full confidence in it yet. And I also thought I just didn't know what I could reach that year. So I decided to have action-based goals instead, and having like working on increasing my movement and increasing my fruit and veggie intake, for example. But I have to say, always in my mind there was obviously a weight loss goal. So I decided, okay, this year we're gonna be bold, and we set one. And I realized that I didn't want to set a weight loss goal anymore because it is not really about what the scale says, but it's more about like how you look, how much fat you actually lose. And I have still pictures of my previous weight loss journey, and I will just put it in here, and you can see in that how my fat percentages changed. Currently I'm at 37%, so I'm somewhere between the 38 and 35 one, and I would like to get to the 30. That's kind of like the goal for this year. I do see in good months I lose around 1%, and then I know there are months like some that are kind of like stabilization months. I know May is always a bit tricky because I have so much struggle with sleep, with the daylight here in Norway. I also know usually 1 month in summer is tricky because we're on vacation and everything. So I don't want to kind of like set a goal of like 12%, even though maybe that would be possible, who knows. So I think 7% for this year will be amazing. And then for 2026, I will try to get the last 5%, and then that's my plan, that I'm done then. My next goal is a personal development goal. I love planning. I always loved it. I always have had planners. I loved scrapbooking and all that. But I felt like, especially after COVID, I really lost track in being consistent planning out. And I also wanted to kind of like put in my mementos that I have, like tickets to the cinema or a boarding pass, and all these things I really wanted to put in my planners again, because I did that before the pandemic. And actually I have like a full box of stuff. I actually counted it, and there are more than 300 items in it. So it will take me a while. My plan is first to sort through them, and then we can kind of like start scrapbooking and putting them in planners. And so there will be like two things. The first one is planning on Sundays, planning the next week, looking at what's happening that week, what has to be done, all of that. And then the other part will be the scrapbooking, which maybe I just find a different day for that. Maybe Friday night would be a really nice time for that. We'll see. Then the next one is a financial goal. I have said that I will save 50,000 Norwegian kroner. I struggled quite a lot finding a system that works for me last year, and now I feel like I have a plan. I have automatic savings systems in place, but also I do a budgeting system that works for me. So we're just gonna continue on that, and hopefully at the end of the year I have saved that. My fourth goal is to implement the Fly Lady system. I have no idea if you know about it. It is like a cleaning system that is very detailed. She has like a beginner challenge with like 31 baby steps, and I remember I tried that once and it was so tough because it was basically one new habit every day. And I remember reading that she herself needed 9 months to get into these habits, so maybe it was just way overload to do so much at once. So I said maybe we do it a bit different this time, especially because I'm also working on a lot of other goals. So I do one baby step every month. I actually picked out one baby step for every month, and I can decide which one I want to start with. There's one, for example, shine your sink. That means like you clean out your sink every day for the end of the day before you're going to bed. There might be that you just put on your shoes when you're cleaning. There is one that is like a 2-minute hotspot where you just declutter for 2 minutes and setting a timer for that. So they're all kind of like very small ones, but obviously it will take time to get into all these habits. So I don't want to overload myself, and I know that doing really small things over a long period, it makes such a difference, and you just have to have the patience and keep going also on the days where you're not feeling like it. My fifth goal is a travel goal. This year we're gonna travel to Tuscany, and I'm really looking forward to that. And with that I also have started learning Italian. Learning Italian has been a lot of fun, gave me a lot of insights that I want to share in a different video one day. But I have been doing like a course where I'm going to a class every week, and then I also do the course at Bubble. I have now a lifetime membership because I have been learning so many languages there. It is actually better to have a lifetime one, at least when they had a sale, which I did. And obviously it takes quite a lot of time to learn the language. The progress is slow because it's not an intensive course. I think reaching A2 level, which is like, I would say in that level you can order food, you can talk a bit about yourself and your hobbies, and you can write a postcard in Italian. That's kind of like the level that you have with A2. And for me, it means I have to do 3 classes. So I will reach that in the end of this year. Maybe if I do Bubble and really regularly, I will reach a bit earlier. But I mean, there's no rush. I'm not gonna move to Italy. I just would like to order my food and say hello and ask for the directions and stuff like that. So I think that's totally enough, and we can go from there in 2026. Goal number 6 is in the category of love, self-love, and that is to find my own personal clothing style, which I find really hard. I would say this is the goal where I'm not the least confident to reach it. That's not the case, but it's more like I find it hard to know how to start with it. I definitely would like to be a bit more bold in what I'm wearing, more wearing what fits to me and my body type. I know quite a lot about my body type. I know I'm petite, I know I'm curvy, I know that I have a clear spring color palette. I think I'm the romantic body type of this Kibbe body type system. So I know quite a lot, but I don't really know how to put it in practice. The only thing that I'm really consistent with is now that I mostly buy only colors that fit in my color palette. This is actually a new, really soft and cozy sweater that I bought yesterday. And it's, like in camera, I think it looks a bit more like, I thought it was orange, but now that I look at it, maybe it's not that orange actually. I mean, in the store it looked orange, but now that I look in the camera and then myself, I'm not so sure about it. But anyway, it is definitely more like this vibrant color that I think looks really good on me. But I find it a bit hard to, yeah, get started with it. So if you have any ideas, let me know. That would be nice. My 7th goal is also a love goal, and that is going on a date once a month, which obviously I have only partially control over that. I mean, there's somebody else who has to ask me out. So yeah, we'll see how that's going. But something I realized with dating apps is a bit like dieting. Also, when I talk to a lot of people, it's often like in kind of like circles. You start like on the app because you really want somebody and you want to find the love of your life, and then you start with the app and you get a lot of matches and it's exciting in the beginning, and then you go on a few dates and maybe you even date somebody for a longer period and then it's ending, and maybe you get back to the app, but I think after a few bad experiences you're just like, I'm done. This is not working. I'm leaving. And then you delete the app. You stay happy for a while because you think like, good, I don't have to do this anymore. And maybe we'll find somebody in a different way, or I actually want to find somebody in a traditional way. And then at one point you feel lonely and then you start the app again. And this is kind of like full circle. And I think this is something I have experienced myself, and I have also seen a lot with other people talking like, I'm done with Tinder, and then a few months later I'm back on Tinder. What I want to be is consistent in going through the profiles that you have and at least finding one person per day to think he looks nice and cute and everything, and then also being consistent in answering messages when you have a match. Goal number 8 is to be more creative by doing painting by numbers and also improving my YouTube videos. Currently I'm working on this beautiful piece. It's actually going to be a lavender field. Not sure if all the colors still are fluid. I mean, these yeah, I don't know. I really like to do that while listening to an audiobook, and I just didn't do it enough last year, and I rather watched YouTube, for example. So I think I want to prioritize that, but I also would like to improve my YouTube videos. So if you have some ideas or comments, improvements that I could make, let me know. I think I'm gonna do Morgan Long's video course once. Not probably now in the beginning of the year, maybe before fall or something like that, but it would be nice to improve a bit, and yeah, maybe doing better thumbnails, or I don't know, maybe you have ideas. And then my very last goal is to read again 24 books. I have this goal every year. I decided to keep it low because there are years where things happening, and it for me it feels better to have a lower goal and then exceeding it than setting a goal of like 60 books now, which I probably could manage. And then I would already feel behind now in January because I have bursts of reading, especially when I'm at home at my parents' house. I will read my children's books and I will read like one book per day, but most of the year I don't do that. I often don't even read one book per week, so I would feel very stressed about that reading goal. And I do feel content if I only reach 24 books this year. It's totally fine. So these are my goals for 2025. And I also have a word of the year. It's called onward. Moving forward or continuing a journey, developing, progressing, or becoming more important over a period of time. I also had other words like forward or consistency, progressing, growing. Like they're all kind of like in the right direction, that I've set quite a base last year and now I just kind of continue on that. And especially with my weight loss journey, I'm just gonna continue on that as well. So I just felt like onward was the word that captured it the most. When it comes to tools, we talked briefly about it. I will use my Power Sheets goals plan for that. It is absolutely beautiful. I also bought like a small notebook with it. So for example, I have like winter goals. I have a goals tracker in it. This will be also something where I write down my ideas for the tending lists. Here's a tending list in there where you have monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. It's mostly habit tracking, which I still gonna do with my habit tracker most of the time. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna take this planner with me everywhere. It will actually live here in my desk, and then I will take it out every Sunday when I'm doing my planning. So that's why I also need a planning routine so that it's working well together. And then in addition to that, I will again use my Trello board. It is really nice because it is easy for me to look at what kind of quarterly goals I can set and also monthly goals. I can also have like checklists with all ideas action steps I could start, habits I could do, resources I could access, like reading books or doing a course. It's very easy to see how much progress I'm making, and it is very visual pleasing. I'm a very visual person. I just made my vision board, which I show you here. And the Trello board is kind of like my vision board that I see every day when I look at my goals. So has been super helpful in 2024, so I think I will just continue with it. For this channel, my goal is to continue on uploading mostly once a week on Sundays. I also would like to share a bit more of the goals progress, like with my goals planner, but also with the Trello board. And I think I also want to do a weight loss series again. After last time, I definitely felt a bit like a failure, not reaching my weight loss goal and then gaining weight again. So when I restarted my weight loss journey last year, I didn't feel confident enough to really share it here, like with vlogs and anything. And I think that is something I would like to do in 2025. I also would like to do one seasonal vlog, one winter vlog, one spring vlog, to also capture a bit what I'm doing in these times, because this is also just a channel for capturing all the memories that I make through my years, and I'm looking so forward to seeing them later. And then when I'm 80 years old, I can watch all of them. Oh my goodness, let's think about that. In 50 years, what's gonna happen there? Like, will there be still YouTube? Will I still have access to all my videos? I don't know. Oh my goodness. There's a lot waiting in the future, and with AI, I'm fascinated what's already happening, and I'm also a bit scared, but we're gonna do it one step at a time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I see you very soon next week. Bye bye.